If you clicked on this video, you have probably seen this video or an animation like this. If you have, you probably thought to yourself, wow, this is so cool, how do you make something like this? Well, my friends, I've got an answer for you. Chapter 1, Map Making. First, open Google Maps. Go to the place you want to use as the map. I'm doing Europe. Now, take a screenshot of it. Crop the stuff you don't need, like the small buttons and labels. Use an editor app like Magic Eraser. Select the image from Google Maps and put it in Magic Eraser. The AI will usually erase everything, so just undo it. Select one and press the ocean. Use the color option, not area. Select a percentage that doesn't erase the map but removes all of the ocean. Erase the labels that aren't part of the map. As you can see, I am guessing the coastlines, but it's okay if you get it wrong. Just make sure you don't get it that wrong. Press the tick in the top right corner, then select background. Now you can select what color the ocean can be. Save it and erase the background again. This time, select the map instead of the water, but still put the color option on the wand. Remove the country names too. And there you have it, a map. I recommend adding an outline to the map, but you don't have to add it. Anyways, the result will look 100 times better if you add an outline like this one. Alright, now here's how to add borders to the map. Insert the map you got from Google Maps earlier. Lower the opacity on the Google Maps layer so you can see the blank map. Now start tracing the borders. Save the image and make sure the map is transparent. Only sea and borders can be seen. Now, if you don't want modern borders, but you want World War I or World War II borders, use the website Gcrin. Their borders are actually good. I've seen people use the website Historic Borders, and no offense to the website creators, but it kinda sucks to be honest. Now, here's how to add non-modern borders. Open up Gcrin. Type in the year you want your map to be. I did 1914. What sucks about Gcrin is that you are trapped on a grid, which means you can't zoom in as much as you can like Google Maps. Take a screenshot of it and crop out unnecessary bits. Now open up the editing app. Insert the image you took from Gcrin. Lower the opacity to see the blank map too. Try to stretch it so it matches the blank map. This is the trickiest part. Now you can start tracing. You can see it didn't finish the whole map, but it's okay. I just cropped the bits where there are none. Here is the finished result. Alright, now this is the most important step to make your maps 1,000,000 times better. Chapter 2, Map Details. Now, you could get a relief map from Italian Mappers Discord server, but if you don't have Discord or is not in the server like me, follow my steps. Search a topographic map of Europe. Alright, now go in images and look for the best ones. Make sure they aren't on a globe projection. I like this one, I'll pick it. Save it to photos. Oh yeah, if you're wondering why the map here looks different than the one I made in this video, it's because this map is the one I use in my videos. But you could still do the same thing with the other map. Now put the image you found from Google and put it in there. Lower the opacity and stretch the map to fit the coastline. Make the bottom part of the map fit first since you can't align the whole map at once. To know if you matched it right, look at North Africa and the Middle East. Stretch it upwards so Spain fits with it. Since the rest of the map doesn't match, use rectangle select and stretch it up so it fits. Repeat the process for the next part. You can clearly see that the British Isles are not aligned, so I'll fix it. Alright, now I'll just fix some small mistakes. Now remove all saturation, the color from the map. Now, for the railway map, all you need to do is just trace the railway from Christopher's video. It's not really that hard. Now, this next chapter is how I make the animation mapping. Chapter 3, Animating. First, open up Alight Motion. Create a new project. Get the map you made earlier. You could size it up to fit the whole thing, but since I don't have premium, I scale it so you can't see the watermark. Get the relief map you made earlier. Now make it fit the map. Put the relief map under the border map. Now, you don't have to follow this step, but this is how I create the background color. Now, insert the railway map. Scale it up to be the size of the map. Now, this is the mapping phase, where all the mapping happens. For this video, I'll do Serbia versus Bulgaria in 1915. Make a new shape tracing the borders of the country. You can select what color it could be. Put the country shape under all of the layers, except for the background color one. Now, use the effect copy background and put fill to about 60%. Do the same with other countries involved in war. In this case, it's Bulgaria. Oh yeah, for the black colored countries, go to blending and opacity and select vivid light as the blending mode. When you do, make the copy background fill 75%. Now, here's how to add the date. Insert a number at the top left corner, put the month next to it and the year after that. Now it's time to begin mapping. Select the dots and add keyframes using the diamond button on the bottom left here. When you add a keyframe, make it move by going forward or backwards in time and add a keyframe there. Make it move at the keyframe forward in time. This is an example. So that's basically how mapping works in Alight Motion. Asterisk aggressively mapping asterisk. If you want to make the defender country advance into the attacker's country, just remake the border, but do it like this. Make the points wrap around the border, kind of like a rectangle. Also put it above the attacker country. Now, here's how to make the dates work. Remember when you inserted the months? Well, I'm choosing how long the months are. I'm making them 10 seconds long per month. Now, select the number of the day. Go into Add Effect and choose Count Up Down. Select Add and put a keyframe at the start, then put another just before the month ends. Then put another keyframe as soon as the month after that starts. Since the month is January, go to the keyframe right before January ends and put in the number 30. Just do that for the other months now. Now just watch me map aggressively. This is how I make the invader do an encirclement. Now, let me show how to make an encirclement on defender territory. Make a circle, and the gap between mainland and circle thin as you can. Create a new shape matching the circle exactly. Now, one frame right after the encirclement, make the mainland points return to the position before the encirclement. On the encirclement shape, select all the points and make it go smaller and smaller until it vanishes. Also copy the layer and make it white, then put it under the circle. Now, if you want to have the white advances, copy the country and put it under the original and turn it white. Make sure to remove the white outline and blending mode is normal. Copy the white layer. Now, move the white layer 5 frames backwards and the other one 5 frames forward. Make them longer and shorter so that they match with the original layer. Do the same with the other invader, defender country. Now all you have to do is export it. Here is the finished result. Alright, if you're wondering how to create army sizes, here it is. First, insert text and put in a number. I did 25,000. Then go into Add Effects and select Bend. You might need to watch an ad to get it. You will see 4 options: left, right, top and bottom. Top and bottom do not matter, only left and right does. The more degrees you put in, the bendier it gets. Now add the glow effect. You can select what color it can be, but I recommend making it the same color as the country's color. Now, here's how to make the numbers move with the advances. Go to the 4 arrows thing in the bottom right. Place a keyframe where you want it to start and where you want it to end. And then on the keyframe forwards in time, move it to where you want it. For rotation, do the same keyframe thing with the move option, but you'll see a circle saying how much degrees there are. Spin it to how much degrees you want it to be, like the move option. Now, here's how to make the army count go up and down. Add the effect count up, down and go to multiply. Add keyframes on how much you want to multiply. If the number is 5 and you select 2, it becomes 10, but first, add a keyframe before selecting how much you want it to multiply. So yeah, that's basically it. Oh yeah, one more thing before the video ends. Thank you all for 100 subscribers. My account isn't even 2 months old and we reached it already. Bye, and thanks for watching.